Technical difficulties already. Hey everybody, how you doing? I'm gonna have an amazing show tonight. Let me turn down my phone. Anyway, I was able to connect with someone that's been having meetups and going places and going to the RTR and meeting all the people that I want to meet. And she even got the same kayak that I got. And so, I had to talk with her. She was just, that's it. She's got that. She's on my thinking level because she got the same kayak and she's been doing all this. So yeah. So without further ado, hopefully someone comes on here. hopefully we get some people on here. Okay, I'm going to add Elaine on here.
Hi.
Hey.
How you doing?
Can you hear me okay?
I can, yes.
All right. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm so excited. It's like,
I'm excited too. It takes another kayaker to know another kayaker, don't you think? Especially when you have the same one.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, oh my God, she's getting the same. Because I researched that sucker. That same kayak has been out for like 9 years.
I did find that out. I didn't know that at the time, but yeah, I did find that out afterwards. It's very popular.
Yeah.
And you know why? Because it's easy. It's really easy. And I like easy.
Yep, it sure is. But you know what? It took me my first time. Hi, Shanna Craft. It took me when I did it myself. It took a long time to even with my little charge blower upper, because I wasn't gonna do all that crap.
Yeah, I got one. I got a pump.
Yeah,
electric pump right away.
Yeah.
First day.
Oh, did you?
Oh yeah.
Well, I have one, but it still seemed like it took a while for that thing to actually kick on and start working. So I was like, okay, I did it and I got it. I
just got the cheapest one at the closest Walmart that I could find, and it worked.
So.
Yep.
That was amazing. I have some questions for you. I probably will end up having more questions for you as we go along.
Sure. I'm kind of like this open book.
All right. Well, that's wonderful. Hello, Janice. Hello, Nook and Crannies. That's awesome. I'm glad that everybody's making on here. Do you know
my friend Deb. Hi, Deborah.
Hi, Deborah.
I guess we call her. She's really Debbie.
And Shanna Craft, she's really awesome. I met her when I went on my way down to Florida. I didn't even know I was going to Florida, but I ended up in Florida from the Mayberry meetup last year. So I was able to meet up with her. She was amazing. So yeah. So you will really like seeing Shanna Craft probably in your videos and all that.
Awesome. Yeah, okay. I hope to connect with her.
She's really cool. Okay, so tell us about yourself and why did you name your channel Travel Grandma?
Oh, well, then I named my channel Travel Grandma. I just said this a couple of days ago in my Facebook community. And, it was just, I wanted to find host families in Europe who would have me in their house for me to basically get free room and board because they would host me in exchange for me.
I need to do that
here. Helping to tutor their kids in English. And so I came up with the name Travel Grandma. I threw a website together. I put my profile on there and I started contacting these families, and I was able to go to Europe on pretty much just an airline ticket.
Do you remember when that was? I mean, like was it a really long time ago?
It was about 5 years ago. It was before COVID. It was about in 2017 and 18. I did that.
And how long did you stay?
I usually booked a stay at a family's house between 2 weeks and 1 month. So I went to Madrid and I helped two little kids, so adorable, a little boy and a little girl. And then I went on and to Barcelona. And then from there, I went to France. And then from there, it just kind of, I booked all of these things way in advance, though, because you have to build a relationship with people before they're going to invite you in their home.
Exactly.
And I wanted to know them too. And I felt that if I connected with other families that had kids, how bad could they be? So,
Right.
I mean, they could, but I mean, so I got to know, the wife and the husband and the kids and all this back then in 2017 was all done through Skype. I don't even know if they had like Zoom. I don't think they had StreamYard back then. So this was all like old school Skype.
Oh, that's really amazing that you were able to do all that. So you kept that name Travel Grandma and you turned it into a channel?
Yeah, I figured if it was good enough for that, it was good enough for my channel.
Okay. Okay, so that rolls into question number 2. So you're going to have to bear with me. So question number 2 is, have you been traveling a lot in your life? What and when did you decide on making, and what and when did you decide on making a YouTube channel about your travels?
Okay. Well, my husband and I owned a couple of RVs when our kids were growing up. We didn't necessarily use it a lot because he worked a lot and he was the one who always drove. So it kind of sat in our driveway in our backyard for, we didn't use it, but we were able to take 2 cross-country trips. So this was way back when, our kids were like grammar school, high school. Okay. Then my husband retired. We moved up to Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, and I bought a little road truck for myself.
Oh.
And that was, I loved it. So kind of sorry that I sold it when I did, but I needed to because we needed to move back to Southern California to help my mom. And I didn't think I was going to be doing much traveling anymore. I was caregiving for her for several years. But then, she passed away and I just had to get out there. And I was going to buy a van. I was all set with money in hand when I was in Vegas. It was my son's wedding. I told my kids, I am going to go and buy a van. I picked it out. I showed them it. It was another road truck. And they go, Mom, what are you doing? Why are you? Because I had saved this money. I had saved up for quite a while. Why are you going to do that? Why don't you go to Europe? But I want a van because if I had a van, I could travel like for a long time. I don't want to waste my money on one trip, So they talked me into doing it. And that's when I kind of had to brainstorm. And that's when I connected with like the workaway programs to be able to do that. So when I came home from Europe, I still had quite a bit of the money and I was able to buy the van.
Okay.
So I bought the van in April of last year. And I've been traveling since June. And I was home probably last year, maybe. I was home for the holidays for a couple of weeks. Then I went back. I went to Quartzsite. Then I went and I took another trip up to, up the coast. So, I haven't been home a lot. I just got back from a trip with my husband.
Some of my questions are kind of feel like a repeat to you. So bear with me. Because the other one is like, do you have a lot of family support?
I do. I have a husband. We just celebrated our 50th anniversary.
Oh, congratulations.
He just took his first trip in my minivan. And let's just say it's probably going to be his last in my minivan. 3 days in the minivan was way too much for him. Yeah. I mean, he's more of a destination traveler. He likes to get somewhere, and when he's there, we have a great time. But it's the getting there. It's the long drives for him that just does not work. Where I like the journey. I'm a wanderer. I like to stop and see things along the road. Now, let's just go. Get back in the car. Let's go. kind of thing.
Okay. Tell us about your decision. This is probably a repeat from what you just answered a little while ago. Tell us about your decision about your rig you're traveling in. How and why was it the best thing for you at that time? And how do you think it fits your needs now? Does it or does it not?
Basically, I'm a cheapskate. I, yes, it would have been wonderful to have a big van to have a road trip, but I also know it's very difficult to park. You
Mhm.
know, I love the minivan because it's very stealthy. And
Mhm.
I am not somebody that goes out into the woods and boondocks. I'm just not, that's not my comfort level. I'll do it once in a while,
Mhm.
you know, but my comfort level is I want to go up to San Francisco and I want to be able to find a nice street, which I did this past couple months ago. I was up there for like 3 weeks just because it was like so comfortable up there. And
Mhm.
I parked, I was right in the center of everything. I was like 9 minutes from like the park over there. And then it was 9 minutes from the gym, and it's really centralized. I am a city girl. I grew up in the city
Mhm.
and I love going to the country. I like driving through, but it's difficult to find a place to park in the country.
Right. I understand because
Hey, Tim.
yeah, I'm trying to like
I want to connect with you, Tim. I want to invite you to the meetup that I'm going to have in a couple of weeks down here in Orange County, close to you. So let's connect.
okay.
It's co-ed.
What kind of hobbies do you have as well, if any? I
Oh,
already
okay.
know one of them.
Well, Debbie and I actually share a hobby. We both have a cricket, and that's just, it's kind of like you can cut up designs and you can press them on shirts and things like that. I love it. That's my cricket actually right there. That's what it looks
Oh,
like right
okay.
here. I have the cricket maker, and then when I'm on the road, sometimes I'll bring the little cricket joy with me.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that's been fun. I enjoy doing that. I do some painting. I've done some acrylics. I'm not very good at oil. I mean, I'm oil and acrylic are pretty much the same, but I'm
Mhm.
not very good at watercolor. That's a little
Mhm.
bit of a stretch. I like to do a little bit of quilting and stuff.
Mhm.
So, just a general crafter.
Yeah. Okay. And you like kayaking and water stuff. And
I do. I love the water. I love the water. Although the stand-up paddleboard, that's maybe not my thing. I love it. I want to get good at it, but I fell and I cut my eye
yeah, I thought I was
open.
pointing to your eye. She got what, eight, 9 stitches?
8 stitches.
Eight
Yeah.
stitches. Yeah.
Well, I was at my retreat.
Oh my goodness.
I
Yeah, I
know.
watched that. You guys got to go watch that if you haven't seen it. It was really amazing, and you were really able to connect with some people. It
And
was
the
really
reason that there's not a lot of videos from the retreat is because it rained a couple of days and I dropped my phone in the mud.
oh
And
no.
so I had no phone to video with. So other
You
people
don't
were
have any
putting the
other cameras?
videos together. No, I do everything on my phone.
Oh, you do everything on your phone? Okay.
Yeah, I'm not techie at all.
Okay. So, you're in California.
I
So
am.
did you grow up and live there your whole life or not? Now, I know earlier you told us, but I didn't know that when I was writing this question.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did. I grew up in Southern California. I lived pretty close to where they hold the Rose Bowl every year.
oh yeah.
On January 1st, the big Rose Bowl parade. I lived pretty close to there in Alhambra, actually. And we raised our kids in Rancho Cucamonga. That's in the Inland Empire of Southern California.
Okay.
And then we were up in Idaho for a little bit. Like I said, we have some friends up there, and my husband's family, some of them live up there. And now we're in Orange County. We're
Oh,
by one of our sons. We have 4 kids, but he's the one that kind of stuck around California. Everybody else is like spread out all over the place.
Oh, okay.
Gives me an excuse to travel, right?
Okay, yeah, because if they're all in California, you'd be like, well, I guess I'll see you later.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what was it like for you first starting out with your channel? Did you think it would become as good as it is? And what made you get involved in this lifestyle and want to go to the RTR?
I had actually gone to the RTR before I bought my van.
Oh,
I
really?
went at the time I had an RV, and this was back in 20. I went to the 2020. It was before COVID.
Uh huh.
Okay. And I met Bob Wells, and at that time I had a very small class B plus,
Mm-hmm.
and that's really when I saw how people were living in minivans,
Okay.
and I'm thinking, that might work. So I actually bought my minivan as a trial. I said I'm going to do it for a year. I really hadn't watched a lot of videos, but I knew I
Mm-hmm.
needed a bed and I knew I needed some kind of a kitchen and a stove and all that. I watched enough videos to know that. And I knew I needed some kind of power source, which I got. I got the Jackery, and I had my daughter-in-law gave me a big ottoman. So I said, "Oh, that'll work for a bed." So I used the ottoman, and I used my refrigerator as my bed. And the ottoman opened up, so I didn't need storage for my clothes. I put all my clothes there, and I put all my kitchen stuff, which I took way too much of, in a dresser
Okay.
that I bought from Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
And I did a video, and my daughter, I said, "Go and look at my video. What do you think?" And she goes, "Mom, oh my God, are you serious?" She hated it. She goes, "You sound so stoic." I said, "Aw." so, I says, "Well, it's already up there. I mean, I knew nothing about, all of this monetization. I knew nothing about how to do any of that stuff." And I go, "Well, it's already up there. I don't even know how to take it down. So just leave it." And then I started to get people watching the video, and I'm going, "Whoa, they really kind of like that." And so that video today, now I have 200 videos on my
Mm-hmm.
channel. That video has the most views,
Really?
the most comments. Everybody wants to know where I got that ornament. And I'm sorry, I can't really tell you because it's just an old piece of furniture that my daughter-in-law
Yeah,
gave me.
I even liked it because I'm thinking, wow, because you could have your like little bed mattress or whatever on top of
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
And
it
that
worked well.
way you can just pick it up and then you can get the stuff inside of it and then close it and I even thought about that. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to Walmart and I'm gonna get 2 of those suckers and I'm gonna put my bed on it and I'm like, yeah, I never did it. I'm like, but it gave
That
me
could
a
work,
reason to do it,
Yeah,
you
that
know.
could work. Yeah,
So I'm still thinking about it. You never know.
yeah.
So yeah. So you went to the RTR. I mean, so how many RTRs have you been to?
Two. Two. I
2.
went through the one last year also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
One of the things I really love about my minivan is how versatile it is.
Uh-huh.
I mean, the way that I have it set up now, I don't have the ottoman anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I built some things in, but I only built them with like screws and things that are easily taken apart.
Mm-hmm.
So I can change it so many different ways, and that's become kind of a hobby in itself for me. And so, in fact, I'm getting ready to change it again.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just something different.
Linda says that that her bed is a toddler bed and an ice chest.
Oh, that totally could work. Absolutely
Wow.
could work. Yeah, that's smart.
And
Yeah.
Mulbang says I offered to build Tina a bed platform, but she didn't want to at M21. Well, I mean, I knew that things were going on and people were being all together and talking and having fun, and I didn't want to destroy all the people's, you know. fun gatherings. And plus, I'm nervous because I'm still paying on this minivan. So I would like to do something, but I'd have to do something a little different.
Yeah, I know. I was like that in the beginning too. I didn't want to make like any marks in it. Is it's a 2018, so it's fairly on the newish side. And don't put, don't glue any magnets anywhere and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now I have magnets glued everywhere. I took the seats out.
Well, see, I haven't done that yet because
Yeah.
I still owe $7,000 on this sucker.
It was like an oh my god moment. It was like either go big or go home kind of thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
Got a lot of storage though. A lot of storage for a lot of junk
Hey,
that
blind,
you're constantly cleaning out because you don't need to bring that much junk.
right?
But it's good for you. It'd be awesome for your kayak though. That's where I put my kayak.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
see, Mulbang is putting me on the spot right now. I don't know if you look at. He's like, so, well, do you? I can bring along my tools. I would like
Ah.
something that I could do something, but everybody's been telling me that I need to get a smaller bed. But I also have Buddy. Buddy has to sleep with me, and we can't sleep. Like I had that little camping cot thingy, and oh my god. I would end up kicking Buddy off of it, or he'd fall off of it, or the bottom part would fall down, the legs would fall down, the top legs would fall. I'm like, I'm going to kill some. So, and it wasn't. It just needed to be a little bit wider and long. It's like because I need room for him and I need room for me. And I've had
Yeah.
three open heart surgeries. So I really need something as close to a real bed. That's why I have this whole twin in here. I'm
Yeah.
like, I need something. I need a real bed.
Yeah.
When
Tell you what, Tim. I know you like to stay busy and we live pretty close to each other. Why don't you help me build out my kitchen? Let's talk. I
Me
would
too.
love to have some help with my kitchen.
That's one thing I need help with too. So yeah, and I need help with putting that curtain up
yeah.
to divide. Tim, if you want to help me with that, I have the curtains, I have the rod. I just need to be able to figure out how to get it to work. I took out the dresser, the one big wooden dresser, and I just have the plastic dresser. But I can come and we can take the stuff out and we can figure this out. And, I got some ideas, but I don't know if it's all going to work. But yeah, so he's saying nothing is permanent in his van. But do you have your seats? Because I still probably, I'm nervous because, until I pay this sucker off, I don't want to remove too much because I can't do it by myself. He might be here and help me take the seats out. But
You don't
then
have
when
to
I
take
need,
Tina, you don't have to take the seats out.
I don't. Good.
You don't have to take the seats out.
Good. Because that's one thing I'm like scared
The
to
kayak that you have, it folds up really small.
Yeah.
It really does.
Okay.
Plus, you can always get a roof rack.
I have a roof rack thingy, but
There you go.
I don't have the little box thingy that you need to go on it because I do have the solar panel up there too.
Yeah.
Okay. So back to my questions for you. Okay.
Okay. Let's see if somebody else has any questions.
Okay. Anybody got any questions for? Hey, Blind Views is in here. Nook and Crannies. Shanna. Doofus Adventures. Did I say that right? Doofus Adventures. I'm not trying to say anything.
No, that's it. Yeah, I follow her.
Yeah. So who mostly inspires you on YouTube to actually make you want to do a channel?
Well, I didn't know.
Which ones did you start watching in the beginning?
I didn't really follow any particular people. I followed Carolyn's RV Life, Caravan Carolyn, Hi, Carolyn. she,
Wait.
she promotes me a lot. she,
Oh,
she
that's awesome.
loved my screen idea. And
Uh-huh.
I would just turn Carolyn on, and she would be like going to Walmart, and she would say, "Morning," and she'd just be like going to Walmart, and she was like my morning muse, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah, and there's just so many to follow now. It's hard to keep up,
Mhm.
but yeah, I love the newbies. I love watching the newbies because you can see some growth there. You know, I love inspiring people, and I love helping other people. And I love meetups. I love getting people together and doing meetups.
Mhm.
There's nothing like spending real time with somebody. You know,
Mhm.
there's nothing like it. You know, there's
Yeah.
the women that came to my retreat, and there was about 40 that actually showed up. Of those, 28 of us like just really bonded, strong bond.
Mhm.
And of those also, they are traveling. They are out there traveling together, and that's what needed to happen there, and I love it. I'm having a retreat the end of this month, the 25th through the 30th, here in Orange County at O'Neill Regional Park, and
Mhm.
it's for men and women, and everybody's welcome.
And
So
and and that was my next question about your
yeah,
newsletter.
yeah. You don't have to sign up. Just get your own spot. It's a small regional park. It's easy to get to. And one of the things that we're gonna do when, whoops, lost my ear. one of the things
Put your
that
phone
we're
again.
gonna One of the things that we're going to do is go out to lunch or maybe an evening thing. There's a famous biker bar there called Cook's Corner,
Oh, okay.
right on the corner of El Toro and Chabuco Canyon Road. And
Mhm.
I had never been in there, but the girl that had come with me to check out the campsite to see if it was suitable for us, we
Mhm.
said, "Do you want to go in?" And we're going, "I don't know. Do you want to go? I don't know. Do you want to go?" And we both wanted to go. So we
Mhm.
did. And we got some biker guys to take some pictures of us, by the sign and everything. And then one of them actually got in the photo, and I'm going, oh, this one has to get deleted before my husband sees that. So, yeah. But so we're going to have some fun things. It's just going to be a relaxing thing. It's just a meet and greet. Just
Mhm.
local people in the area and anybody that's passing through.
Okay. And when is that?
It's the 25th through the 30th, that whole week. It's
Of this month, right?
Yeah, O'Neill Regional Park, and there's one campground, Arroyo campground, and yeah, it's up by Santa Margarita.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
that's awesome.
yeah,
So, with all these meetups that you're doing, I mean, like when you went to meetups, so that inspired you to want to do your own. I mean, were you
yeah. I
did
went.
did did you
Uh-huh.
see stuff from the other meetups that you did go to before and go, well, I want to do it. I want to have this a certain thing at
Yeah,
my meetup that they didn't possibly have, or was it just the same and you just wanted to do it again?
we're all pretty much, I think, built from the same mold. We all, yeah. I think that's why there's so much camaraderie between us. It's like we have this understanding. It's like
Hmm.
there's no competition. We just want to do our thing, and you do your thing, and
Hmm.
I love it. It's like the friends that I have here in my community at home are just like, really, Elaine? Like you're becoming this like homeless person?
Join the homeless.
You
You're
know,
gonna want to
I
get some
mean,
hot dogs.
I don't feel that way. And anybody that chooses to live in van or their RV or their car, you know, the more power to you. I think it's great. You're living the dream. You know, I would love to, be able to do that.
We have some questions up in here.
Here, did you pick a
Um,
campsite?
yeah.
Campsite for what? The meetup? The meetup is going to be at the end of this month, the 25th to the 30th in Orange County, California, Southern California. And it's at O'Neill Regional Park, Arroyo Campground. It's O'Neill Regional Park. And you have to get your own campsite, and you just go to, I believe it's oc.gov, or I don't know what it is. I think it's oc.gov. Or OC Park, maybe it's OC Parks.
Mobang had a question, and
sure,
I might have to. I'm looking for it. Mobang, why are you changing your build again, Elaine? I love the one you had when we met in Quartzsite.
It's the same build. It's the same. It's basically the same build. The reason
he wants to know why you're changing it.
the reason that I'm changing it is because the bed was 24 inches. And I extended it. I already did this part. I extended it to 27. It just feels more comfortable. And because I don't have to, my husband's probably not going to sleep in the van anymore. I don't need to keep that whole area for him flat. Okay. So I'm going to build that one side up. So it's the same design. I'm not changing the design. I'm just taking his front side of the bed off. I extended my bed in that area, and now I'm building up to build my kitchen. That's all I'm doing. Same design.
Okay. And Blind Views was saying, after talking about the nomads for years, it was so cool to go to Lollapalooza and meet a bunch of them. I want to go. So if there's any kind of people that do all these, pray to all the gods and make them work out in my favor. Yes, that's one thing I really want to do. I want to go out west, out that way, and if I make it past all that, it'll be amazing. And my butt will, if I do get down there, my butt will be staying as long as I can until you guys will be like, get her out of there. Make her go back to Michigan. She gotta go. She gotta quit.
I know a lot of places in Southern California where you could park near the beach.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
If I ever got to California, it would be amazing. That would be that's like one of my bucket list things to do is get to California. Talking about bucket list. Talk about bucket list. Wait. Okay. What's on your top what is your main thing on your bucket list you still have to do? Have you already done it?
Yeah,
my sugar god, she's already done it.
I don't really keep bucket lists. My husband and I have seen a lot of this country. I've seen quite a bit of Europe. I went to Egypt, and I went to Asia. There goes my ear again. Boy, my ear is like having problems there. I might have, you know what? I might have these in upside down. Let me just not. They're right. Okay. Anyway, I would like to go back to Asia. I want to go to Malaysia. I would love to go to Australia. I see myself in the future doing more of that kind of traveling. Yeah. And I think Tim asked me if I was going to go to Lollapalooza. I would have loved to go, Tim. I've got some projects I'm working on right now, and I need to be staying with a computer connection that actually is reliable, that I can get some things.
Are you trying to say Texas doesn't have a reliable?
No, I am not saying Texas does not. Texas probably has a wonderful connection, and I have a
Because
wonderful
I'll
friend
be screwed then.
in Texas, and some connections down there. It's just that I need to be here for the next couple of months until I go. Probably, I'm gonna have a couple of meetups here in Southern California. I want to meet some local people. I want to get a local group together here,
Mhm.
and then I'm going to go to Quartzsite. Quartzsite will be my next big trip.
Okay. She has a Facebook group called
Yes, I do. Travel
Travel
Grandma.
Grandmas on Facebook. And
Right.
that's where you can see all of her new meetups and all of the where you can talk with other travelers and other
All
people
over the
that are
world.
trying
Yeah.
to do this. And
Yeah.
she will accept you into the group if you ask to be type deal. So yeah.
Yeah.
Don't mind me. Sometimes the words don't
And
come out.
Debbie's one of my admins. So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay, so
Anyway.
yeah, I mean, like for me, the biggest traveling time would be kind of like getting out of the cold weather because the cold weather's coming.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. You're up in Michigan, right?
Yeah,
I
I
love Michigan.
I saw
I
your
had a great
video.
time up there.
I saw
Yeah.
your video. I almost had a heart attack when I watched it. I'm like,
Yeah, I wish I had known you were up there. That would have been so cool to meet you.
I was like, she's been to the Heidelberg project and I haven't been.
Isn't that so cool? So cool.
Well, I went.
I
I
loved
went
it.
that day after watching your video.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Oh, did was that guy hanging around?
No.
The artist?
No.
Because he hangs around there all the time.
His mom. Well, remember in your video you said that the mom lives in the polka dot house.
Well, I don't know if his mom is I think his mom might have passed away.
Lower
I don't know.
part of Michigan.
Where did I go in Michigan?
Nook and Crannies is asking what part of Michigan. Sorry, it's the lower part of Michigan.
Up and down the coast, pretty much. Because I actually took my van across the lake from Minnesota. Went across the lake. I think it was Minnesota, and then I boondocked over there by one of the harbors. That was kind of I did well there. Then I went up the coast from there. And then I went into Mackinac Island, and then I went up into
Mackinac
UP.
Island too?
Yeah, went to Mackinac Island there. And then I love Mackinac Island.
I've never been to Mackinac Island either.
Yeah, that was like when I was like mooch stocking in hotels.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I rarely do that anymore. I figured out how to do.
I'm gonna try and post your Facebook group thingy because
it's just facebook.com, and then you just do /groups Travel Grandma. I have a personal one too, but that's not going to get you into the group. You have to actually go to groups, click on the groups link, and then just Travel Grandma. It's just real easy.
Yeah,
you don't need to put the link. It's fine. But yeah, so I did that, and then I went back down, and then I went into Detroit and all that stuff. I didn't go myself. I had a friend. She went with me.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, wait a minute. I'm like, I gotta go. Now, so that's one of my upcoming videos. It's probably going to be 2 or whatever videos in the future. Yeah. But yeah, I went and saw it after I saw that you saw it last year. I'm like, okay, Tina. I'm like, if she can do it, your butt can do it. I found your Facebook.
Okay.
I posted it. I hope you're okay with
that.
Oh
yeah, that's it. Oh, actually, that's not it.
Oh.
That's my personal one.
Let me take it down.
So it has to be, it has to be facebook.com/groups /travel grandma.
Wrong link. I know. Sorry. I tried. I gotta figure out how to take it off.
Yeah.
I gotta go in here. The Tina Lane quest.
Debbie can post it. Let
Okay.
Debbie post it. She's right there.
Let's see. Tina Lane quest.
Anyway.
I'm gonna block my own self. How stupid.
Ah! There's an arrow north and an arrow south. It's the same campground. Just get whatever spot you can. I'm in the south. I'm in spot 1. But it's all the same campground. So yeah.
Okay. Whoops. How do I? It's not letting me. It's wanting me to put my own self in timeout.
Debbie's gonna do it.
Okay, I just can't delete that one that I put on there. It's not letting me.
Hey, 3 generations. I have not been in chat for quite a while. I just haven't been home.
Yeah. Okay. Did I go through my questions? Okay. Yep, I think I did. It is a question. So, tell us more. Tell us more about when you went to RTR. Where, like, some of our, like, for the people that haven't been there.
Sure. Archie, it could be a little bit overwhelming if you don't kind of like know the system of how things work. So Bob Wells and Sue Ann, it's probably going to be at the same place, and it's pretty close to the library. I think it's at like I don't remember. Tim, I know it's like at it's like a big baseball field or something like that. Okay. It's close to the library and close to Chamber of Commerce, I think is there. It's a very small town. Okay, so that's like his event, and it's free. Here I am doing a big old promo for him. I hope he appreciates this.
Well, it's just basically for the people that like me. I've never been there.
Yeah, that's fine. And so you go there, and he has basic kind of like seminars. He runs them a little bit different. And of the 2 that I've been to, they've been at different locations. So the last one was on the grass, and then he has like a platform, and he had different speakers and different topics, and he had like panels, and you can ask questions and things like that. They had a big free pile where if you figured out that you didn't need something, you can bring it to the free pile, and anybody's welcome to take anything from the free pile if you think you can use it. Okay. So that's all kind of cool. So then afterwards, he doesn't per se have like a big group meeting place where everybody camps together anymore. I think some people camp together, and then maybe he might show up, there for a little while, but he kind of needs to go off by himself sometimes. So you're going to see him at the event, and he's very friendly. They set up a tent where, you can approach him, and there's usually a line, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So then a lot of YouTube creators meet in different sections. Okay. So last year, because I wanted to meet a lot of YouTube creators, I went to all the different locations that they were at. And there's like 7 main hubs. There's like Dome Rock, and they're all named something different. And there's like a map that will circulate soon about all the different locations that people camp at up in Quartzsite. Now, when you first get to one of the areas, you will drive in, and you get there, just by streets. You don't have to go down like any like big old, dirt roads and all that stuff. Some of them you do, but where you sign in for that area camp, there's always a host, and the host is usually in a big camper, and there's always a flag. Okay. So you want to register at that area if you're going to stay in that area like overnight. And you can stay for 14 days at a time in that area, or you can move to different areas. And, it's really not monitored that much. So people like, I was there way more than 2 weeks.
So did you have a porta potty, or did you just have a bucket thingy?
No, I had a porta potty.
Porta potty.
There are no bathrooms. There are no facilities.
So
you can go into the town, which is right there, kind of like in the center of everything, and it's not far. Nothing is far, and there's a Walmart up in Parker, which is not far. There's a little bit of a drive, half an hour, but it's not far. So you can get water. You can get water in town, and so. I saw Tim there for the first time, and he was with some of the other YouTube creators and things like that. So I spent a couple of days there, and then Minivan Lee, I went up and stayed with her, for a little bit. I am hoping that this year there's YouTube creators that are going to kind of get in one area. Maybe like up on Plamosa Road, which seems to be a pretty popular area. I would love to do that. It's like, just everybody just go up to Plamosa Road, and you take this section and I take that section, and maybe do some things together. So people don't have to go, all over the place to meet everybody. That's what that's what people want to do. They want to come and they want to see who they're following. I mean, it's exciting for them. I mean, I'm just a person, Right. I don't think like I'm anybody like anything like, I don't know, famous or anything like that. I am just like you. I just threw a bed in my car and I just went camping and I just happened to video it. That's it. I have no other skills other than that makes me special. Seriously. Anybody can do what I'm doing. Seriously.
Right. And it was crazy how you got solar. It was like something was going on with both of us at the same time.
Yeah, because you synchronicity.
You got a kayak. I got a kayak. Megavan Mike over here got the same kayak. Then Marsha, one of our friends got the same kayak. I'm like,
somebody froze and it was you. So I don't know. Maybe I'm frozen too. I don't know. But I'll just keep talking here.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Okay. Can you see me? I can see you. Fine. Okay, good. Yeah, and I have to say one thing. Best decision I ever made was to get my flexible solar panel and tape that sucker on the roof.
Well, guess what? Since everybody's on my live stream right now, you all will know my flexible solar panel died. It died within 2-3 weeks of having it.
Really?
So now I have a Renergy 100-watt solar panel, and it's kicking butt.
Yeah, I think mine's the 175. Yours is the flexible one, right?
No, my flexible solar one died. I took that down and had to get another one. I had to get a Renergy regular 100-watt solar panel.
Yeah.
So everybody on here now knows what a lot of people don't know.
Is it on your roof? So it's bolted down? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I don't have a rack.
Footage that'll be coming out. We're in the video process right now. My videos, you're still seeing us trying to figure out what in the heck is wrong. Is it my Blue Eddy or is it the solar panel? So the people now that are in here will know that thing is a piece of crap. It died for me. Okay. So I'm glad it's working for you, but it didn't last here in Michigan. It was like, oh hell no, get me out of here.
Debbie says you need to change the comment on your screen.
What happened?
On the comment, it says it has her picture and it says wrong link on your screen. Don't you see that?
Hold on. Hold on. I'm
Awesome.
on.
What's your first name? Doofus Adventures.
Okay. Now, what am I looking for? Down
On your screen.
On my screen.
Yeah.
Wrong link.
Do you see that?
Oh, someone clicked it. How did
Yeah,
I get
just
it?
yeah, I have to click that off.
Oh my God, Tina.
Click. No, just click. You have to go on the where it says comments. Click on that area. Look at me teaching you how to do it. When I'm like the least techie of them all.
Well, see, I don't know. I have to find it in the comments, right?
Just click on somebody else, and it'll disappear.
Wait, nooks and crannies. Hold on. Let me go in there. Nooks and crannies.
No, just click on somebody else.
Oh, okay. Show.
There you go. Okay, and then you can click. You can click her off. All is well with the video. Okay. Hi, Shauna.
But you can tell I'm nervous a little bit. Sorry.
That's okay. Katie. Yes, Katie. Okay, that's right. Katie, you're the one that came with me up to the campsite, right? Yes, I knew the name, but I just like
so many bugs. Exactly. Okay,
She's
so
the
now
one Katie's the one. Doofus Adventures is the one that went to the biker bar with me.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
How was it? It was fun.
It was fun. It was really fun. Yeah.
So, how many grandkids do you have since you're called Travel Grandma?
I have 10 grandkids and my first great grandkid.
Oh.
Yeah. And they range in age from, not counting my great grandkid, who's just like, I don't know, I think he's 3 or 4 months old now, 3 months old now. They range in age from 9 months to, let me think. It's like in the mid 20s, upper 20s, maybe I can't even remember, 26, 28, something like that.
Oh, okay.
Is my oldest. Yeah. And they're equal, five girls and 5 boys.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Very blessed.
That's cool. So, do you ever take them like camping or anything with you?
I do. Yeah. I have not taken them in the van yet. I've only had my van like a little over a year. But when I had my little Class B RV, my daughter flew out from Maine, and I met her actually in Vegas where our other son lives, and we all took a trip up the coast, and we saw a lot of things like some national parks and things like that. And then she had to fly home unexpectedly. Her husband wasn't feeling well. He actually had a gallbladder attack, and they flew home, and he had to have his gallbladder taken out in the middle of our trip. So I was up in Washington State, and it's August, and I'm going, okay, let's see. My other grandchild who lives in Southern California, I'm really close to Canada. So I called up his dad and I said, how about if you like fly Joaquin up here and I take him up to Canada and we go over to do some stuff up in Canada and Burchard Gardens, because he loves photography, and that was so cool. So we did that, and we took the ferry over to Virginia Island. Not Virginia. What's the name of that island over there? Victoria Island. And then so together, and he was 13 at the time. And his dad gave him this mega camera to take with him. And we drove the coast all the way back from Washington State when we took the ferry again over to Olympia Island, and then took him all the way down the state of California. And we went through Big Sur, and we were just like chasing the sun. And we went on the dunes in Oregon. That was so much fun.
Wow.
And yeah, so that will be a trip of his lifetime. It was the
Mhm.
very first time he really had been camping. My
Oh,
family per se are not campers. I didn't
mhm.
grow up being a camper. Like a campsite camper with, you go and you do the campfire and all that stuff. So
Right.
we stayed at day parks a lot, day use parks. And it was the first time that he ever built a campfire. The first time that he ever had s'mores,
Oh, wow.
at 13 years old. I mean, this is a city kid. This is,
Right. Yep.
a kid that's used to being in front of the computer.
Mhm.
We had the best time. I hope to do that with my other grandkids too at some point.
Well, that's awesome. That
Yeah.
is really awesome. Yeah, that'd be
I
really
love Big
cool.
Sur too, Tracy. Yeah. You have to really time it with Big Sur though, because it could get really foggy. Big Sur is known to be very foggy, and you do not want to be driving through those cliffs in the fog.
Mhm.
Yeah. And there's not a lot of places to stealth park in Big Sur. You have to really, if you want to stay at a campground there, and there are some, you really want to kind of book that.
Mhm.
So
Well, that would be, I mean, that would be. It's kind of like a dream for me to actually even get out there to get. If I can get past,
yeah,
um, oh
no,
God.
you can do it, Tina. What's your rush? I mean, you're living the dream now. I mean,
Oh yeah, I'm just
you're
living.
doing
I'm,
the DoorDash thing. I think
surviving.
that's
I'm
great.
surviving.
Yeah,
I'm.
I mean, I did Uber when I was,
Well, that's.
earning some money for travels and stuff like that. I did that for a while.
Mhm. I'm doing
You
the
do what
door.
you have to do.
Yeah, I'm doing the door dashing and doing stuff, and
Yeah,
that's how I was able to get to Florida last year.
yeah.
You
There
know,
you go. You
and so
work and travel, working. It's like doing it like in little spurts. That's what I have to do too, because all my traveling that I do, I basically just use my wimpy $863 a month. That's it.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
yes, I
was.
am married and all that stuff, but you know what? I don't feel that I don't want to ask my husband to fund my travels if he's not going to go. That's my responsibility. We kind of have this code. It's like,
Mhm.
if he wants to do something, it's his responsibility to figure out where the money is going to come from. You know,
Mhm.
if I want to do something that's he's not going to partake in, it's my responsibility to figure out where that money is going to come from. I'm not
Right.
taking it out of any household fund. But together, if we want to do something, you know, then we it comes out of that together fund. So it's kind of like a
Right.
choice. My choice, my money. His choice, his money. Our
Right.
choice, our money together. So that's how we kind of figured that out. But he kind of, it was difficult in the very beginning, I must say, when those Social Security checks came in, because basically I was a stay-at-home mom. I did not have a big old career. You
Yeah.
know, I'm lucky to get the Social Security from the small jobs that I did throughout the years. I worked as a preschool teacher to pay for my daughter's wedding. I worked as a bus driver to pay for something else my kids want. That's
Yeah.
how we lived our life. Anytime our kids were the focal point of our marriage, anytime they needed something, well, mom's got to go to work in order to get that, in order to pay
Right.
for, the soccer uniform and, all that stuff.
Mhm.
So that's just, it's kind of like you live paycheck to paycheck. So I'm fortunate to be able to get a Social Security check. So as soon as that came in, it's gone like, that's my ticket. That's my ticket to be able to do whatever I want for a change. I don't have to depend on him. If I want to go out and if I want to buy a new wig, I don't have to ask my husband for the money. I've got the money saved to buy a new wig, or something like that. I don't have any wigs on. I haven't worn them in a while, but they're really fun. I love it. Just love it.
Mhm.
And yeah, so that's how we work it out.
Right.
Uh,
That's good.
yeah.
Yeah, well, that's basically what I did. When I went down to Florida, I was working, and if I got to go to a little park, or if I got to go down to a river walk, like I went to the North Carolina, I went to the South Carolina, I went to a couple of national parks on my way.
Yeah.
And in Florida, I got to see Daytona, and I got to
Oh,
see
okay.
some of Tampa, and I got to go to a tiny house convention thingy.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was fun, but I didn't really have a whole lot of money to do a whole lot with. Like, I couldn't go to Disney World, I couldn't go to Universal, I couldn't do none of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I was mainly a lot. I was pretty much 100% cooking my meals, unless I went and got, like, fast food or something. And I was
Yeah.
sleeping at, like, Walmarts and rest areas
Yeah.
and the Loves and all that.
I
But
don't do Walmarts and Cracker Barrel and things like that. And I'll tell you why. Is because when I travel, I usually traveling by myself, solo woman traveler.
yeah.
And when you're staying at a Walmart or a parking lot, people know somebody's in that car. Why is that car there? But when you're parked in between cars on a street in front of a big apartment complex that maybe doesn't have enough parking spaces for the people that live in the apartments and things,
Hmm.
nobody's going to notice that you're in your car.
Yeah.
And
But
so Tracy asked a question: Do I travel with my husband? Not in the minivan anymore. He spent 3 nights on our last trip in the minivan and hated every minute of it. He does not like. He doesn't like. He's a little bit older than me. He's 73. I'm 70. He's not that much older than me, but he does not like sitting long periods of time driving. He's not a person that will go and see something along the side of the road and want to pull over and investigate it. He wants to get from point A to point B as fastest way possible, and let's just get there. We know what we're going to do once we're there, and that's his style, and I respect that.
hmm
And in fact, we rarely go to the store together because I love to browse. I love to go in a store and browse. And my grandson's the same as my husband. He goes, "Oh my God, don't let grandma go in the store. Don't. She's gonna be in there for hours and they have to wait in the car." So, we know our boundaries. And
yeah.
you just, you have to just respect another person. That's it. You can get along with anybody just as long as you respect them. And they
hmm
respect you. My husband wants me to be happy. I want him to be happy. And he's happy playing golf. He's happy doing the things that he loves to do. And we're happy together when we can do things together. There's a lot of things. We love going to concerts. There's a lot of things that we do together. We love, playing cards with our friends. All those kinds of things.
hmm
So, yeah.
Well, that's nice. I mean, it sounds really wonderful, and I think a lot of people, like me, would wish that there was a camaraderie, and that's why it's so important for us to be
Hmm.
able to go to meetups and to be able to
Right.
go over people's houses and hang out and uh,
Yeah.
get something to eat with and just sit and talk and have coffee or whatever. That's
Yeah.
kind of what I'm looking for, because it's just me.
Right.
And I lost my trailer 2 years ago,
Yeah, I heard about
and
that.
I already had the minivan because I was already watching YouTube. I had a Kia Forte 2010. It was already paid for. I didn't have I didn't have all this worry that I do now. Okay, I had a
Yeah.
Kia Forte, but guess what? I started watching YouTube. I started watching ways to save money and to cut costs and do all this stuff. And then it leaded me to, like, tiny houses. And I thought, Tina, you cannot pull a tiny house. You can't build a tiny house. It's too expensive. There's
Yeah.
just too, be more realistic. So then it started showing me minivans. And I got connected with Mary. Oh God, what is her Black Opal Dreams, or Black Opal, I think it is something
I
like
know
that.
there's so many.
And I met her. She came to Michigan. I met her, and then I met my friend Filani, and we were fans of her channel.
Uh-huh.
And we took her to Belle Isle, and we took her to different places in Michigan, around our area, and she loved it. And I stayed connected with her,
Awesome.
and I got obsessed with the minivans. I would literally follow a minivan almost home. I was like, I'm like, okay. So that's what I did. I traded in my completely paid for car. I didn't, for this minivan. And I'm like, and
Yeah.
so I got the minivan in 19, and then I went to Chrome's meetup. I was able
Oh,
to go to
okay.
his first
Oh,
meetup
that's
in
nice.
Canada, and
Yeah.
he just had a second one, and it was not too far away from where we were at before, but it was still 9 hours. It was
Yeah.
9 hours, where the last one I think was only like 4 hours. So of course I didn't go to this one because this one was just last Saturday.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
went to it and it was amazing. Got to meet him and all that,
Yeah.
and I just kind of got hooked. And then all of a sudden, things happened in my life where I lost my trailer, and I moved in with my daughter. And then from moving in with my daughter, it took about 3-4 months. There was something going on with her and her boyfriend that they broke up, and they needed the back room that I was in for one
Uh-huh.
of them. So of
Oh,
course,
okay.
mom gets the boot. I got kicked out of my daughter's place. And
Yeah.
I just thought this was going to be a part-time thing, just to be able to go to concerts and visit different places and go out of state and go to different parks and go to museums and all that, and I'd have somewhere to sleep. Oh no, I didn't even have a stove. I didn't even
Yeah.
have a stove. I didn't have nothing, but I had to learn really fast. So yeah,
Oh
so
yeah,
that's
you
just
learn
my
fast.
story.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah. So do you have any questions
Yeah.
for me, or anybody have any questions for all of us? We can start going in the chat more and
Yeah,
talking.
let's put Tina on the spot for a change. I think it's
Every,
great what you're doing, and it's true. You don't really live in your van. You live outside your van. Yes, there's a lot of things for comfort that you need inside your van. And maybe that is a little bit different for a full timer than it would be for me, like a part timer.
mm-hmm.
I think when I was in San Francisco, was probably the longest that
What
I'd
do you move
stayed
over?
in one area by myself was that 3 weeks in one location. Yeah, I changed the street every once in a while, but I didn't feel like I was really living in my van. I went and I drove to the lake, and I stayed at the lake, or I'd go downtown, or I'd go across the bridge and I'd ride my bike, or
Mm-hmm.
that's you should consider maybe getting a you didn't get a bike yet, did you? One of those electric
I have a
bikes?
I have a heart condition, so it's
Oh,
kind of hard for
okay.
me to do
Yeah,
bike.
I love that was
And
a game changer for me.
I can't really
Getting the
touch.
little electric bike. There goes my
Oh no,
ear
that
again. I gotta get some
I
new
couldn't
earphones.
afford one anyway. I couldn't afford one of those suckers anyway.
Yeah.
Those suckers are way too expensive for me.
Well, the little ones aren't too bad. I think I paid like $279 for mine, and then the ones that my friend Liz Marquez, she did the retreat with me.
Mm-hmm.
She bought one that's just a little bit bigger, but still folds up so awesome. I kind of want to get that one. That one's like around 400, I think. So, but I like the little ones. Makes you feel like you're like this old grandma, and you're like on this little mini bike. You're like going all around the town. It's kind of fun. I got a lot of benefit out of that, and I use it at home now too.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about the M22 thingy. Yeah, I
Yeah.
am. I'm gonna make if it's in my stars that I actually spend the night there. If I can mooch dock with somebody or whatever, then that'd be cool.
Yeah.
but I don't have a particular campsite at M22. I'm going to show up, make appearance, show up, hang out, and if
Yeah.
it happens where I can spend the night, it'll happen, and if not, then I'll go somewhere and sleep or whatever, and if I can, I'll come back the next day. But I don't
Yeah.
really plan on. I don't have a campsite that's going to keep me there for 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
I really right now I can't afford it, and I have some things that I want to do and plans and everything that
Yeah.
I really want to do those before I really commit to anything else. So, and I just
Ah.
got the solar panel, the second solar panel, and I got to pay for that sucker.
Yep.
So I got some bills that I got to catch up on. So yeah, I am going to make an appearance on that, and I'm going there, and I'm hoping it's going to be warmer. I'm hoping. I'm really, really hoping that
I
it's going
know
to.
this weather is like really unpredictable. Like we've had this really awful heat wave here in Southern California, and it is like this like never happens. Yeah, it'll get warm and stuff, but we live pretty close to the beach. We're about 10 minutes away from Laguna Beach.
Mm-hmm.
We don't live in Laguna Beach. We live just outside of Laguna Beach, up the hill.
Yeah.
And we have had to have the. In fact, I have the fan like blowing. My hair's like blowing all over the place because I have the fan blowing on me. It's so hot, and it's never humid here, and it's turned a little bit on the humid side.
Mm-hmm.
We're going.
I'll give you some. I'll give you some. Don't worry. You can have some of ours.
I'm gonna
People
throw it
ask me
right back
what
at
part
you.
of Michigan I'm in. I'm in the Lower Peninsula. Between Detroit City and Ann Arbor. So I'm like in this little town called Belleville. So and I go all around. I'm not really in one place for too long, because I'm door dashing, and I can go at least from Detroit all the way pretty much. Even I can even go to Jackson if I wanted to. I can go to Jackson, Michigan, and I can go all over. I just gotta have the gas money. The gas money is what I need. I can do all kind of wonderful things if I just had that gas money.
Yeah, I think it did go down. I didn't find it to be that bad. I mean, a couple places in California were like $9.
Oh my God!
I didn't. I passed those up. I didn't need gas at that time. And they're more average, more like around the 650-ish range. And then it's down now. I try to go to Costco whenever I can because they seem to be the cheapest.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but I think it's going to get a little bit better. I don't know.
I'm hoping because like for us, I think
just stay. Yeah, you're just gonna have to stay in one place a little bit longer. That's all. You got to adjust.
Mm-hmm.
Got to be willing to adjust.
Because right now, I think our gas price. I think today was $3.69.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, $3.69 a gallon.
That's good.
So
I think California is probably one of the highest.
Right. So that's why if I visit California, it's gonna be it's gonna be I'm in the passenger seat of someone's vehicle.
No. See, what you do is you pass through Vegas first, in Nevada. Okay, first get your gas there, then come to California. Then you go up, and then you go over again. You go into Arizona and Utah. It's deeper there, so you kind of have to zigzag your way back and forth. For gas. Oh, and then when you're up north in Northern California, what we did was we went up to Oregon to get our gas when we were in the Redwoods, and then we came back to California to drive back down.
That's a good idea. I mean, you're gonna have to do all kinds of stuff. Yeah, you're gonna have to do all kinds of stuff to be able to make everything work.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it would be.
But the Redwoods, I think the Redwoods. If you guys come to California, I think the Redwoods would be one of your best trips to go up to the Avenue of the Giants. And that actually kind of starts in Mendocino County. So you don't have to go really too far up in order to do that. I would definitely, that is a wonderful trip.
Well, I gotta get if you guys start seeing me past Colorado or anything like that, or past
Yeah.
Iowa, you know that I either got my thumb out, I either got my thumb out, and my thumb's gonna say, you have to like tow my vehicle. Can you
Yeah.
tow my vehicle across state lines? I'm thinking of all kind of ideas.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my car broke down. Gonna get a tow truck and get it towed as far as I can, and then
Yeah.
start up again. Oh, and yeah, my car remarkably started up. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Anyway.
I get all kind of crazy ideas.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you guys start seeing me where I'm like not in this general area, then you know that I'm headed for you.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's what happened with Jan of Butterfly Tracks. Because Liz, Liz lives in Colorado. And
Mm-hmm.
I had already booked my campsite up in the Redwoods. I booked it for 2 weeks when I was going up, the coast.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that would be my furthest point. And then before I came down, well, Liz found out that I was going to the Redwoods, and one of her bucket list items was to see the Redwoods. So I said, well, Liz, come on over. I'm staying with Lonnie of Crafty Traveler. I'm gonna hook up with her. She can't go to the Redwoods. Why don't you come and you can camp with me? We could put 2 cars in the campsite. Well, then
Mm-hmm.
we found out that Jan of Butterfly Tracks was in California. And, she had talked about the Redwoods being on her bucket list too. And we're going,
Mm-hmm.
well, let's see if we can contact Jan. And so we contacted Jan, and Jan drove, I don't know how many hours that one day to get to Mendocino County to meet us before we left to go up on our trip to
Mm-hmm.
the Redwoods. So the 3 of us actually caravanned all the way up there. It was like spur of the moment kind of thing. And all 3 of us stayed up there the whole 2 weeks.
That
It
is
was so much
amazing.
fun. Yeah. So
Yeah, that would really really be cool. um,
and
everybody's asking about.
what's really cool about that though? I mean, the caravan was fun. I gotta tell you though, I'm not gonna say it, but well, maybe I will. No, I won't. Okay, let me just put it this way. I tend to have a little bit of a heavy foot, and they were like lagging behind like really bad. I kept having to always pull over and wait for
I'm
those
a magnet for
ladies to play.
cops. I'm
You know what it
a
was?
magnet
Oh,
for
I am
cops
too.
too.
I am too.
I
But
don't know
no,
what
here's
it
the
is.
thing.
Every other year, I get a stupid ticket.
Yeah, but you know what it
They're
was?
one to five over. One to
I
five
figured
over.
it out. Tina, I figured out what the problem was. I'm used to driving on those kind of roads because I like
Mm-hmm.
mountain driving, and they weren't necessarily used to that. And there's a lot of curvy roads, and they were taking it slow, and I'm just zipping all around. So it wasn't really, their
Oh
fault.
wow.
But what was fun about camping together, and we did it in the Redwoods, and we did it at the retreat,
Mm-hmm.
was having a shared kitchen. We just shared everything. I was the one who mostly made the breakfast because I love making like pancakes and all those kinds of food. So I was the breakfast person who always did breakfast. And then whoever had something for lunch, yeah, you got that. Okay, I got this. Let's put it together. Let's make a meal. We did the same for dinner. So it was just
Mm-hmm.
fun. We used each other's stoves and pots, and who made coffee, and it was just like you're a family. And that's what's so cool about having meetups is like you come together as this family,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody just like knows each other almost instantly. It's
Mm-hmm.
amazing. How quick people just like connect. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's amazing. I think what I think it is too is because you get rid of the bull. You don't there's nobody to impress. There's nobody that you have to be better than, or you're not competing with the Joneses next door or any. You just come as you are.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just such an acceptance among our community among the
Yeah.
nomad community. It's fascinating and it's amazing, and I love it. I really
Mhm.
do.
Oh, everybody's chatting in the chat about the meetups and all that, and
Yeah,
the M22s and all of this stuff, and I'm trying to answer them on the cell phone. I'm not trying to be rude or nothing.
okay.
Um, Lane, Lainey's in the house. Hey, girl. Tracy Blue. I'm trying to catch up with everybody. Mega Man Mike is still here. Linda is still, and she's talking about the how everything is so cool with the caravanning, and I'm
Yeah,
just trying to catch up with everybody.
okay.
Um, Dream on Wheels is here. So yeah, so it is really cool to be able to talk with everybody, and to be able to. This is the
Yeah,
kind of stuff I like.
I
Now,
like it too.
when I'm doing a live stream by myself, I don't have a lot to talk about. It's
Yeah.
just me. I DoorDash. I have the dog. I do whatever. I eat. I have coffee. I don't
Yeah.
have a whole lot to talk about. I'm usually wanting to do a video and show places or whatever. But the kind of live streams that I like doing is talking with someone like you and
Yeah.
having something for all the people in the chat to be to be entertained by, and to be able to ask questions, and to have this community even in
Yeah.
this.
And
So
it's, you know,
that's what I
it's
kind of
not
like.
easy. It's not easy being the one who has to like maneuver all that.
Yeah, it isn't.
I know it's not easy. That's why I don't do a lot of them. So I credit
It's
you for
not.
doing them every week.
I don't get to do them every week because if I don't have
Okay.
someone
Oh, okay.
in that other passenger seat type
Yeah.
deal, I ain't doing it.
Yeah.
I've
Just,
learned
you know
because.
what? Just ask somebody in the Travel Grammar group. They'd love to come on.
Mhm.
About, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it's really cool to be able to talk with you and meet
There's
you
a
like
lot
this
of
and
there's a
learn
lot of
about.
YouTube. There's a lot of newer YouTube creators in there.
Mhm.
Um, actually, Danny of You and Me Living Free, she's in our group, and
Yeah, I watched her, and I watched how she went to
I really
your
like her.
thing.
Yeah, she's so friendly, so friendly. So I encourage you to watch her channel.
Oh, I
Um,
do.
yeah, like I said, Lonnie of Crafty Traveler, she's in there. They're all really active. You know, we're like I said, we are just like everybody else, you know, and we just, you know, we love making videos and we just figured out how to put them up on a channel, and you can do the same thing. You know, it's not somebody's thing to do that, and that's
Mhm.
fine. You don't have to have a YouTube channel. You still
Right.
belong to the community. And you
Mhm.
know what? You don't even have to be traveling to belong to the community. We have a lot of women in our group. They're not even on the road.
Yeah. Oh
They
yeah.
might be on the road down the road at some point, or they might
Right.
not. They may never have the opportunity
Right.
to do that. And so we've been talking about this lately in our group. You know how they're saying that they're living vicariously through us, and that's
Mhm.
fine. You know, I think we all do that. Don't you
Right.
like watch somebody's YouTube channel and they're up in
Get ideas.
Alaska or something like that, and
Yeah,
you're
and get
going, "Oh
ideas.
wow,
Yeah.
that is so cool to be able to go to
Uh huh.
Alaska." Well, guess what? We are just like them, watching somebody else going to Alaska.
Mhm.
They are a part of our community just like we are. You
Mhm.
know, it doesn't
Or somebody.
matter if you're stuck at home and you know, you have to caregive to your father, who's,
Mhm.
you know, an elderly father that you're you know, you're spending your time being his caregiver.
Right.
Doesn't matter if you have you know, an ill husband, you know, that you're home with. You know, that's where you need to be. You know, it doesn't matter if you have a child that maybe has a learning disability or some
Traveling would actually help
problems, you
that kid
know.
because you could actually take him and show him different things in
Sure.
person,
Oh, and we have
like
women that
going
are
on hikes and
doing that.
going to little museums and all
Everybody
that.
is welcome, whether you're on the road, down the road, or stuck at home. It doesn't matter. We welcome everybody in the community, and you know, you're our audience, And we are doing this for you, and we're doing this for ourselves, and we're doing this to learn,
Yeah.
and that's all it is. We're just showing up. That's all we're doing is showing up. We're showing up on the screen, and you're showing up in the chat, or you're showing up in the comments, and everybody belongs in this community.
Yeah. It was crazy because with me growing up in Detroit, I never went to a national park. I never knew that there was a national park even in Michigan. So when I went in Monroe, Michigan, and I went to the battlefield, the River Raisin Battlefield, that's a national park.
Yep.
So I started with that. So then there's the Sleeping Dune. There's the Sleeping Bear Dunes, and then there's Pictured Rock, also in Michigan. So that was 3. So then I went to Indiana. I went to that national park. I went to a national park in Ohio, and there's a couple more of them. So then I started getting hooked because I like going for walks and going on trails, and going places and like traveling to these museums, and so going different places and like watching. I watched Eric from Nomadic Fanatic, and he went to the Christmas Story Museum.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I'm
yeah,
like,
I saw that one.
I mean, that's out by Cleveland?
Yeah,
No way.
yeah.
And when I was doing I also have another job that is kind of down right now, kind of what's going on in the world. I would drive for a dealership in Ann Arbor, and I would be the dealer trade driver.
Yeah, I went through Ann Arbor. Cute little town.
Yeah. So they would have you drive a car to another dealership in Cleveland, pick up the car, and then there wouldn't be too, you would have to make it back within at least that day. But I could go like for a walk in another national park out there where I was able to see the museum where Eric went.
Yeah,
I was able to go to a couple of national parks in Ohio.
that's cool.
I've always had the bug of wanting to go places and see things and do things. So that just came, I'm, really naturally nosy. I'm like, hey, what you got? What you doing? And I'm always asking people questions. I've done that since I was a kid.
Yeah.
So
I love going out and just at the spur of the moment. Like when I was up in Mackinac Island, I went in some of the fudge shops and I go, I wonder if they would talk to me. So I like put the camera in their face. I got some really good interviews from that.
I'm gonna have to watch that video. Yeah. I'm gonna have when you went to Mackinac Island. I watched some of your. I did watch when I saw you at that Heidelberg project. Yeah, and I know Eric from Nomadic Fanatic. He also went to that, and I'm like, that's it, Tina. You have to go to it because you're from Detroit.
Yeah.
So it was right. It was like 3 miles away from Belle Isle. So after I went to that, I went over to Belle Isle, so I have more footage of that going on. Yeah. So I mean, it's a snowball. It's like you have to you have to have a curious mind, and you have to really love like driving. Well, for me, I love driving.
Yeah.
And I love traveling, and I love seeing different things. Like there's like so many things in Ohio I still want to see. There's things like I went to the RV museum in Indiana. So I mean, for me, I don't have a lot of gas money, but when I do get a chance to go and do some stuff, I'm usually trying to do the cheap stuff, the cheap and the free stuff.
I know a couple of, like, I don't know them personally. I mean, I've met them at the RTR. When you mentioned Indiana and you mentioned the RV the companies there, yeah, well, they're a lot of the big Class A RVs are actually built in Indiana.
Yeah.
And so these women go there and they take these RVs and they get to drive them like down to Florida or whatever like that.
Yeah, you're talking
and they get to live in this RV when they're driving them down there for a client or for one of the shops. Kind of cool.
Yeah. It's just amazing. I really love
Hi,
this
Deb.
type of stuff.
Thanks for stopping by. Let's say bye to Deb's got to go.
Oh, bye. Yeah, we're going to be wrapping this up. We're going to be wrapping this up in a minute, too. Because, it's getting late and it's getting dark and I'm about to lose a whole bunch of light.
So Katie said that she got to interview Oceanside trench coat guy. I don't know him. I'm gonna have to look that up. Did you do
I
a
don't
video
know him
on that,
either.
Katie? Did you do a video on that on your channel?
So
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I really, really appreciated you coming on and hanging out with
Thanks.
me
Yeah, thanks for
and
reaching
doing
out.
the
And
interview.
it's been fun for you. Just picking up the phone and oh, there's Tina, and she just calls me out. I'm going, oh,
I know I surprised you, didn't I? You're like, who's
you
this nutcase?
did, you did. And
Who's this
it
nutcase?
was like a video call, and I'm going, oh my
Yeah.
god, I hope I already like brushed my hair.
But yeah, I really, really appreciate it, and I'm so glad that you came on. And I hope this was entertaining for everybody, and I hope that people will start looking at your stuff, and we'll start looking at my stuff a little bit more, and we'll be able to hang out more, and hopefully, I get to
Yeah,
see you in person soon, because that's my one of my wishes to do.
awesome. I'd love to meet
So
you in
yeah.
person too, Tina. And Debbie said, if you ever get down her way, she's right on the. I met Debbie. She made me this awesome shirt. It says, "Not all those who wander are lost." I love it.
Oh,
It's
I
my
love that.
favorite
I
shirt.
need that. I need
Yeah,
that. Yes.
Debbie's the one who made it for me and I met her when I was back east. She lives
Oh,
right on the
well, if
border of
anybody wants to
New
contact
Hampshire
me,
and Maine.
if anybody wants to contact me, I've got the Instagram page Tina's the Outsider and the Facebook Tina's the Outsider as well. So if anybody
Okay.
wants to stay in touch, and like if you guys are in this area and you guys want to do meetups or whatever, or meet up at the M22, I would love it. All you gotta do is say, "Hey, I'm such and such," because of course I'm not gonna know your face, so I'm not, So you just gotta remind me, "Hey, I was on that live stream with you," because
Yeah.
when you get when you're doing so much, it's kind of hard to remember all what you've been doing.
Yeah.
But I hope everybody stays connected,
Yeah.
and
Drive safe.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's been awesome. I really appreciate everybody that's been on here, and especially you for allowing me to ask all these questions and to learn about you. It's
It
been
was
really
fun. It
awesome.
was really fun.
Thank you.
All right,
All
we'll
right,
be
well,
in touch.
I'm gonna, we're gonna end this. I hope everybody has a good night. Take care, and I hope to see you guys really soon. And everybody, keep in touch.
All right. Bye,
All right,
Tina. Bye,
all right,
everyone.
bye. Thank you so
Bye.
much, everybody. Thank you. Please press the like button, and if you can, keep watching and keep on stepping.
And we'll see you on the road.
All right, see ya. Thank you.